Hi, this is David Gaume in the Stained Glass Studio, and this video is an advanced instruction video on how to cut the border for a window without having to use pattern pieces. Now, it is a bit of an advanced project. This is something that, I wouldn't encourage beginners to do because you need to be pretty precise. However, it's good information, and if you ever have a lot of windows to do, this will be great for you. All right, well, as you can see, things are starting to build up here. I'm getting higher and higher stacks. Well, one of the reasons is because first before we go cutting all these pieces of glass to have the bevel pieces fit in, we want to talk a little bit about jigs. Now, this is also an advanced technique. This is the first jig that I built. It's got a little cleat on it so that the strip cutter can go back and forth, and then you see it's got a piece of two pieces of wood stapled in place in such a way that I can cut this bevel exactly in half, or I can cut a little corner of it off, and I can put different size square bevels in here depending on different sizes that I sometimes need them to cut trim. Okay, so that's a square one. That's pretty straightforward. Now the next thing we've got is one that is used for a 4x7 diamond. The diamond fits in this way to be able to cut it in half the tall way, and it fits in this way so that it can cut it in half the long way. So that's one that's made for a diamond. Now, these are all made the same. What you do is you lay out your little piece of wood, then you take the bevel that you want to cut and you place it. I usually, like to draw a line or something so that I know where the bevel's going to end up, and then I can mark where I'm going to put my little pieces of wood. They're my stops, and I want them to be able to be a ways away from the bevel so that I can, get my glass cutter head to go up and over. And that's one for the tall way of a 3x5 bevel, diamond bevel, and here's one for the side of the 3x5. Okay, so now we're to what we're going to use right now. These are both for similar to the 3x5 bevel. What we want to do is be able to cut off a piece, and now I find that this one has just a slightly different angle than this one, and this is the one that I'm gonna use. But you can see, obviously, these two are at different angles. They're at a 90-degree angle to each other. And the reason we're doing that is that we want to be able to place our piece of glass up against, nice and tight up against it, and then we can run from one side to the other. Now when I do that, you notice that it doesn't really fit in there very well, and so I get a little bit of a corner left on here, and sometimes I'll have to grind those down. Now, to get this side of it, why, that would be the wrong way. So what I do is I turn it upside down and cut on the back side. Now, isn't that interesting? That's why you want to make sure and have those black marks on there so that you'll know where exactly that needs to go. Now I can bring it over here and place it into the window. I've only got one layer in there right now. And I do have a bit of a gap. But you see how that piece there is pushing it out, and so what I'll do is just simply grind that, and then it'll fit in there quite a bit tighter. So that's it. Now that's an advanced technique. Once you build some jigs, now the reason we have woodworking equipment is because we build crates in the back of our studio. But you'll be able to, figure out, just make a slider, put it on any piece of board, and then you want some little wood stock. Make them short so that they don't interfere with your cutter. And if it was a big deal, I would probably cut this out so that my cutter could go farther and I would be able to score all the way across. But these are going to work out just fine. I don't mind grinding that little tiny tip off. And just drop that in. See how well that fits there? And all I have to do is get this one to fit a little better, and it'll all work. So there you go. Hope that works for you. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this series of advanced techniques. There's 3 different videos, and they all tie together. Do us a favor, comment about your feelings about the videos. How did you engage with them? Were they worthwhile? And also subscribe to our channel so that we can stay in touch and let you know what other videos that we put up. Thanks for joining us.